My amazing Tauruses, welcome into your general monthly reading for the month of April 2025. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Is it just me, or did you feel like the month of March flew on by? I mean, you may be watching this before, the month wraps up and whatnot, but it just feels like time is flying by for you as you have a lot going on, you're getting a lot accomplished, and people are truly focusing upon your wisdom, as it is a month where you're meant to be ultra successful. As you could see, a card just was knocked out of the middle of the deck, but it feels like you're going to be more than ever feeling like things are shifting in your favor. You're finding that people want to associate themselves with you in person, even maybe at a distance. This could be online, via communication on your phone otherwise. It just seems like a time for you where your life is improving for the better, and this is really directly related to your efforts from the past. But then, naturally you're feeling, I want to say, more lively, more motivated, more satisfied, which leaves you wanting to put in more effort to see things cleaner for you, more organized, put together, getting yourself ahead in certain ways. It does seem like you want to be out and about experiencing more, and they're saying absolutely beautiful. Do not hold yourself back. But Taurus, this is a month for you throughout April where there's no shortage of fulfillment. Even moments when you slip up, even moments when you're imperfect or you struggle a little bit, you find yourself fulfilled. It reminds me of me struggling, at work or when I'm doing readings, and not always, but there are moments when I will laugh it off or enjoy myself in that moment, even in the midst of that struggle or whatever. And I still feel fulfilled, even maybe more so because I was able to deal with it, utilize it to my advantage instead of letting it get in the way. There's something about you doing this very, very efficiently, maybe without even realizing it in this month period within it. All right, somebody needs to give up fast food is what I'm getting. What else do we have for Taurus? Opportunity, delight, thriving, pleasure, solitude, and patience. All right, they're all pairing together 2 by 2 by 2. So opportunity and delight. Taurus, this is going to be a month. You can see how I'm starting to light up more than ever. You are finding that April is a time where, because you're being viewed at, perceived, digested as a delight, a treasure to whoever this ends up being, feeling like a lot of people, you're gaining opportunity. All right, you gain an opportunity, and what stems from that, what's created, developed, or comes to be, is being viewed at by yourself and others as a delight. It feels like a month full of delightful energy and creations and whatnot, and even moments of connecting. You're going to find that there are times where you just simply feel it's the right choice to stay in your own lane. That's accurate. It's simply the right choice to avoid this and that. You're accurate. This is going to be a month where at times you feel the need to utilize your alone time more so. This is accurate. You're going to benefit from it. It almost feels like you're somebody where, even though you're in this state of, I want to connect with people, I want to experience, I want to be out and about, I want to be in the midst of, certain levels of excitement and whatnot, and different types of energy, you're knowing that this isn't realistic to be utilized or wrapped up with 24/7. And so you're developing this balance in the midst of this month period to the point where you have some connecting moments, you have some experiencing, some excitement, some, quiet moments, some solitude moments, reconnecting, regrounding taking place. And it just feels like in the midst of certain solitude time periods or moments throughout this month period, you're needing to have patience, all right? Say you're trying to get work done or you're trying to sort through things. Energy plays into it somehow. But it is a very spiritual month I'm getting specifically. And it's a period for you where, as well, in certain solitude, loner kind of moments, if you will, you're being reminded of the patience that you'll need to have moving forward, that you're already at least partially aware of. But moving on to the last two, thriving and pleasure, absolutely beautiful. So again, this is giving me a very lively, active, wanting to get out and about and experience and accomplish different kind of an energy or energies. And so it feels like you are naturally thriving, as the card says, and you're creating pleasure within your world. Even again, reverse these two, while there's certain pleasures that whether you're hands-on creating this for yourself or it just kind of comes to be naturally, randomly, but organically, then that creates a thriving sort of energy more so, whether that comes back to be or it just feels like it's increasing in that moment. And so it just feels like there's this sort of, this leads to that, this leads to that. Let's reverse it as one leads to the other in another moment. But let's look at this imagery. Can you see the glowing, beaming, radiating sort of imagery coming from that giraffe? You, my friend, are glowing. Your mind is very much taking a focus in this month period within it, because it just feels like people are wanting to better understand how you're able to sort through this and that. How have you made the right choices? How are you doing something so easily, or just in general? Why are they not letting something get the best of them when it did recently, or rewinding a bit further back? You're different now, all right? And this is really showing a lot to others and to yourself. But you're also going to feel like this is a time where Spirit's saying you can't be breaking the consistency in regards to certain positive routines, habits that you have set in place, feeling very self-care oriented. Say, you floss every night and then you break it, or it's every other night or something of the sort. They're saying every night that's something that needs to be kept up with, or whatever the case may be. Could be working out, you name it. But this is a month where you want to see better out of life. That's what I'm hearing. You want to see better out of life, and it's absolutely in reach. It's possible for you. Let's move on to the tarot portion of your reading. It's a little bit windy. Hopefully it's not getting in the way of the sound. For Taurus. I'm being drawn to the name of this tarot deck, Wild Reflections. There's something about, certain reflections upon wild behavior, wild occurrences, wild action from the past. It may even be a moment where you're reflecting without meaning to, because of Spirit, and this feels wild in of itself, maybe because of how it's coming through, for some in a dream. But you will be a little bit spacey at certain points, and this seems to be more purposeful than it feels in the moment. Whether you need to drift away from what's at hand, what you're thinking about. I'm hearing separate yourself, whether it's because you needed a moment to just be, elsewhere for whatever reason. But for Taurus, right from the middle, so we don't ruin the deck, the Moon card. So April's going to be a month of mystery as well, where I find that you're even contemplating or pondering upon the mystery of others, maybe even the future of one, if not multiple situations within your life. I don't know why I just did that, but you're feeling to be more strategic, well thought out than people are thinking throughout the month, as you seem a bit, I've got to go do this. Oh, I forgot to do this. Oh, I'm going to go, switch this up, change this. I need to go accomplish this. Because your spirituality is playing into things. That's part of the reasoning. But you seem to be more spontaneous, for the most part, than you actually are. But they're saying at other points, what's the harm in being a bit more spontaneous? You know what I mean? Thinking, I was going to do this, but I could go for a walk, go on an adventure. I could, as long as you can leave something behind or delay it, for a little bit of time. You get the point. The moon is going to be part of this month for you, all right? I do feel as if you're thinking about how much better you function and how better you're able to get this and that done when you're not in the midst of Mercury retrograde. I don't know why that's coming through, but let's move on. Keywording. Throughout April, you're also going to have to strategically notice when you need to move on from something. Don't hold on to grudges. Don't hold on to moments that weren't perfect or even perfection. You know what I mean? Because that may push you to try to overcome or discard imperfection that's purposeful. You may find that even ruins your present day enjoyment of what's at hand in the near future, or currently, if that makes sense. So Spirit is saying, let it go, let it flow, and simply move on otherwise. King of Pentacles. So my friend, this is a time for you where you're going to be standing tall and proud in a grounded manner. There's this feeling of you saying, well, if it's meant to get done, it'll get done. If it's meant to be, then it'll be. And I really feel like there's a huge focus on your finances, on your career, while you can't help but think about how it's just a piece of the pie, if you will, because there's so much more ahead for you. You're an example as to how to carry yourself, because there's maybe one, if not multiple people in your midst that aren't as fully confident in comparison to you. And you may be someone drawn to the reading for some where you feel you're not the most confident version of yourself, or it comes and it goes. But regardless, that's not how you're being perceived, if that makes sense. But even in moments where you're imperfect, you're stumbling at certain points along the way and whatnot, you're relatable, if that makes sense. You're not being viewed at in this judgmental light, at least not for the most part. You know, not everybody is super kind. But anyways, moving on, what else do we have for Taurus? The Four of Pentacles, because there's a huge focus on your financial savings. We will hop in after this set to do your money and career monthly reading, but it feels like you're really focused on increasing what you already have saved, or maybe just starting off, at zero. And so I feel that this is a time for you where things are blossoming and growing quite nicely, while you are regaining control in certain ways in the midst of holding your cards close to your chest. It's this feeling of you remembering, maybe noticing in certain ways otherwise, that this person doesn't need to know what I'm going through. This person doesn't need to know every single detail of what I just experienced, or what I'm contemplating, or maybe what you've solidified and decided. You may even feel like Spirit's saying that you've been oversharing. And at times that can be, enjoyable and fulfilling, and even create laughter and whatnot. But it's almost this feeling of you needing to maybe notice more as to why you have been oversharing, or why you do at certain points throughout this month, because of Spirit, because you maybe have been lacking full satisfaction that stems from connecting with others outside of that situation, if you know what I mean. And so Spirit's saying this could help you in regards to outside of that situation, creating more connecting moments, or accepting more opportunities like that. This could be more so in regards to you just needing to bite your tongue, right? The King of Cups as well. There may be a focus upon your, again, fulfillment, your emotional side, but how emotionally advanced you are, I'm getting. And so this is a month where you are going to be feeling as if people are focusing on you in a very advanced light. People see you as somebody who has come a long way, who's going to go even further, and really is unstoppable if you think about it. And so it also is a month where you're being pushed to reevaluate certain choices that you seem to want to, or just are evidently bringing forward with you, when they're saying not everything's coming with you. Whether you think so or not, we are going to guide you, protect you, influence you to make certain changes, because that's the way life improves, all right? But the World card, because it feels like your world is developing and changing at this time greatly, and you can't help but feel this in moments of empowerment, moments of feeling almost outside of what's at hand within your life. You may even find that this is a month where you have certain outer body experiences that feel off, but feel enlightening maybe for some, but also just feel different. And it's as if Spirit's saying in almost every single experience, every single moment, feeling like so many different kinds taking place throughout this month, it feels different. You feel different. And this even is applying to those who are looking in at you, watching your content, perceiving you, associating themselves with you. Life is changing, my friend, within and outside of you, as they are saying, shoot that bow and arrow and aim for a target. Don't be surprised when you hit the bullseye. This is going to be a very powerful, very successful time for you, where you are needing to remember your worth, all right, as life improves, as you grow as a soul, all right? So I hope these messages So I hope these messages were truly helpful for the month of April. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye, Taurus.